In a world addicted to noise, there is one person you should never underestimate. They sit in the corner of the boardroom, the classroom, or the dinner table. They say almost nothing. Their face is a mask. While everyone else is desperate to perform, to broadcast their intelligence, to prove their worth with a constant stream of words, this person is doing something far more dangerous. They are watching, they are listening, and they are decoding you. This is the power of the observer, and it is a psychological weapon that can dismantle even the most dominant personalities without a single shout being fired. We often mistake silence for weakness. We think the quiet person is shy, anxious, or perhaps just not that smart. We assume they have nothing to say because they aren't saying it. But this is a fatal miscalculation. The quiet person is not empty. They are full. They are running a high-speed internal processor that the loud person cannot even comprehend. While you are talking, you are revealing your hand. You are showing your cards. Every time you speak to fill an awkward silence, you are exposing a vulnerability. Every time you raise your voice to win an argument, you are proving your insecurity. You are giving away data, and the observer is collecting it. They are building a mental dossier on you, mapping your triggers, your fears, and your desires. They know what makes you angry. They know what makes you seek validation. And they are waiting for the perfect moment to use that information. This is why silence is not just an absence of noise. It is an active state of warfare. Consider the mechanics of a conversation. It is a negotiation of status. The person who speaks the most often feels like they are in control, but they are actually the one doing all the work. They are expending energy. They are taking risks. The listener, on the other hand, is safe. They are protected behind a wall of silence. When you stop speaking and the other person says nothing, what happens to you? You feel a sudden crushing pressure. This is the psychological void. Human beings are terrified of ambiguous silence. We are social creatures wired for feedback. If I say something and you don't respond, my brain immediately assumes something is wrong. Am I being judged? Did I offend you? Do you know something I don't? The observer uses this panic against you. It is a technique used by master negotiators and interrogators around the world. It is called dynamic silence. By simply refusing to fill the gap, the quiet person forces you to fill it for them. You start to babble. You start to explain yourself. You start to negotiate against your own interests just to make the silence stop. You might reveal a secret you meant to keep hidden. You might lower your price. You might apologize for something you didn't do, all because the other person simply looked at you and said nothing. They didn't have to manipulate you with words. They let your own anxiety do the work for them. This dynamic shifts the balance of power instantly. The person who needs the least from the interaction is the one who controls it. By remaining silent, the observer signals that they do not need your validation. They do not need your approval. They are self-sufficient. This is incredibly intimidating to someone who relies on external feedback to feel good about themselves. The loud, boisterous person is often the most insecure person in the room. They are shouting to drown out their own doubts. They are performing for an audience because they are terrified of being ignored. The quiet person has no such fear. They are comfortable in the void, and that comfort makes them terrifying. But the power of the observer goes beyond simple negotiation tactics. It is rooted in a fundamental cognitive advantage. We can call this the OODA Loop advantage. OODA stands for observe, orient, decide, act. It is a strategy developed for fighter pilots, but it applies perfectly to social dynamics. In any conflict or interaction, the person who can cycle through this loop the fastest wins. The person who is talking is stuck in the act phase. They are busy executing. They are not observing. They are not orienting. Their brain is occupied with the mechanics of speech and the performance of social cues. The observer, however, is spending 100% of their energy on the first two steps, observe and orient. They are watching the room. They are noticing who looks at whom when a controversial topic is raised. They are seeing the micro expressions of contempt or fear that flash across someone's face for a fraction of a second. They are orienting themselves within the social hierarchy, identifying the real decision maker who is often not the person doing the talking. By the time the loud person takes a breath to start their next sentence, the observer has already analyzed the entire situation, formulated a strategy, and decided exactly how to dismantle the argument with one precise sentence. This is why the words of a quiet person carry so much weight. We have an instinctive understanding of scarcity. Gold is valuable because it is rare. Water is valuable in a desert. Words are valuable when they are spoken by someone who rarely wastes them. When the person who has been silent for an hour finally clears their throat and speaks, the entire room stops. Everyone leans in. The anticipation creates a spotlight. And because the observer has spent that hour processing and refining their thought, what they say is usually devastatingly accurate. It cuts through the noise. It solves the problem. Or if they are your enemy, it exposes your deepest flaw in front of everyone. They don't need to shout to be heard. Their silence has already amplified their voice. There is a darker side to this as well, one that touches on the concept of the shadow. The Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung spoke about the shadow as the hidden, darker side of our personality that we refuse to acknowledge. The loud person often projects their shadow onto others. They accuse others of being angry or selfish or incompetent because they cannot face those traits in themselves. The quiet person, however, becomes a mirror. Because they are a blank slate, people project their own insecurities onto them. If you are a narcissist, you might think the quiet person is judging you. If you are a liar, you might think they are suspicious of you. The observer doesn't have to do anything to unsettle you. Your own mind creates a monster in the silence. This makes the quiet person a walking Rorschach test. They reveal the true nature of the people around them simply by existing. And this is where the danger becomes real. A person who can see you clearly while remaining invisible themselves has the ultimate tactical advantage. If they are benevolent, they can be the best leader, the best therapist, the most loyal friend you will ever have. They can see your pain when you are hiding it. They can understand your needs before you ask. But if they are malevolent, if they are driven by a desire for control or revenge, they are a nightmare. They can manipulate you without you ever realizing it. They can plant ideas in your head that you think are your own. They can steer a group against you with a subtle look or a well-timed pause. They play the long game. While you are reacting to the emotions of the moment, they are planning for the outcome a month from now. They are patient. And patience is a weapon that impulsive people have no defense against. So the next time you are in a meeting, or a party, or a family gathering, stop looking at the person who is dancing on the table. Stop focusing on the person who is dominating the conversation. Look for the stillness. Look for the person who is watching. That is where the power is. And if you want to reclaim that power for yourself, you don't need to become a different person. You just need to learn the discipline of the pause. You need to learn to resist the urge to fill the silence. Start small. When someone asks you a question, wait 3 seconds before answering. Watch what happens to their face. Watch how the energy in the room shifts. When you are in an argument, stop defending yourself. Stop explaining. Just look at them and listen. You will be amazed at how quickly their attack falls apart when it isn't met with resistance. You will see their logic crumble. You will see their insecurity bleed through. Silence is not empty. It is heavy. It is filled with information, with tension, and with potential. The person who can carry that weight is the person who rules the room. Be the observer. Let the others perform. Let the others exhaust themselves. You sit back. You watch. You wait. And when you finally choose to strike, you won't need to shout. The silence will have already done the work for you.